Hey y'all, it's Dr. B here. Hope you're having a great day. I am with the Houston Humble chapter of the We Do Not Care Club. Shout out to Just Ben Melanie for starting this amazing movement where we come together and talk about perimenopause and menopause, about the things that we don't care about, but we also talk about things that we do care about. And so tonight, I want to talk to you about an issue that's associated with menopause that we don't talk about a lot. So women are told to expect night sweats, hot flashes, even the VJ is going to be dry, and you may have painful intercourse. We know those are the common symptoms, but nobody talks about the mental things that occur in menopause, the anxiety, the depression, the mood swings, even menopause rage. Okay? Nobody talks about the brain fog, the inability to concentrate or think a thought through. Okay? But those are real symptoms, and I want to talk about them today. Talking earlier to a client, and she was talking about how irritable and moody she is, how she just go off the handle and cuss people out. And I told her, before you destroy some relationships and lose your job, you need to go get some help. And she's hell bent on doing a natural thing. And I get it, because anybody know me, I'm going to do the natural. I'm going to fast and pray first. Then I'm going to do the natural, and then I'm going to go get some help. Okay. But I told her the drawback to doing natural, it takes about 30 days for it to get in your system. And you don't got 30 days cussing people out and having rage and irritability and depression. You don't have 30 days to wait. Let's talk about why this happens. So estrogen supports serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that aids in mood and promotes sleep. So you need estrogen for that. Estrogen also affects dopamine and norepinephrine, which are chemicals that aid in alertness and focus. So you need estrogen. When estrogen drops, these chemicals that I just mentioned get out of balance, which causes the emotional ups and downs. So we need this estrogen, y'all. I like to think of estrogen as a mood stabilizer. It protects your brain and your emotional health. So what can you do? You can talk to your healthcare provider. That's your physician, your nurse practitioner, even your naturopath. So my naturopath prescribes estrogen. It's bioidentical. So talk to your healthcare provider. And I also did a video the other day about get a second opinion if they deny you estrogen therapy. Okay? Make sure before you go to the doctor, you've done your research. You've read your book. I always recommend The New Menopause by Dr. Mary Claire Haver. Educate yourself. So you can go in there. And if you don't get no estrogen, a lot of doctors just want to give you an antidepressant. All you need is some estrogen, sis. Okay? So make sure you're going to a physician that is knowledgeable and treats menopause. Okay? And I'm going to talk about the natural option because I know some women only want to do that. I did the natural herbs in the beginning. And I'll be honest, they work. First of all, they took a very long time to get in your system. So you know herbs do that. They take a long time to get in your system. And then I also want to caution you, you can use black cohosh. You can use red clover. You can use some of the adaptogens. You can use ashwagandha. But be careful just going to get these herbs and start taking them. I do caution you to always have a healthcare provider or a naturopath involved in that, because those herbs can interact with your medicines. Some common medicines, blood pressure meds, blood thinners, even your thyroid medicine. It's a long list that these things interact with, and you want to be careful, because while you're trying to fix one thing, you can actually be causing problems in another area. And then, sis, I want to talk to you about taking care of yourself. We run ourselves in the ground taking care of everybody else and not taking care of ourselves. I've done it. And I see people doing it. I see lady friends doing it now. You have to take care of yourself. You need to make sure you get enough sleep. You need to make sure that you're eating a good, healthy, balanced diet, drinking enough water, and exercising, y'all. The number of women that don't exercise, you don't even go for a walk. Get off your behind and go exercise. Go for a walk. And us menopause and perimenopausal women, we need to strength train. We need to lift weights. I ain't saying go lift no 500 pounds and deadlift this and deadlift that. No, I'm talking about just 5 or 10 pound dumbbells, weights on your legs, walking. Do that kind of, we got to take better care of ourselves. Okay? We constantly pouring and never refilling. A lot is going on, you're overwhelmed, get some emotional support. Call a therapist, call your insurance and get somebody to refer you. Go to some of the free support groups. You can find the meetup groups and talk to somebody about what you're feeling. You are not crazy. You are not. This is a real thing. I know. There is help, sis, though. You do not have to suffer with these emotional things that's associated with menopause and perimenopause. You don't have to suffer with none of it. But especially, we're talking about mental health today. We cannot just keep turning a blind eye to what's going on in our lives. So sis, you are not going crazy. Your hormones are shifting. Okay? Your body is changing. But there are some things that you can do to ease that. And it also has been found that hormone replacement therapy is protective in a lot of areas: cardiovascular, brain, cognitive, okay? Even with your bones and joints, it's protective. Your heart, that study on the heart was enough for me. That study on the brain took me to the top. It's going to protect my brain. Just get to the root cause. Get you some help. Reach out to me if you need a provider. Okay? We do not have to suffer in silence. Our emotional health is important. It is imperative that we take care of that part of our body as well. We can focus on the vajayjay all day long because that's good. She's important. But we need to focus on our other parts, the necessary parts, our brain, our emotional health. All right, y'all. It's Dr. B here with the humble chapter of the We Do Not Care Club. There's some things we don't care about. But our emotional and mental health is not one of them. We definitely care about that. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.